Welcome. A design can look fine in a simple demo, but the real question is whether it stays trustworthy when concurrency, retries, or coordination pressure arrive. Today we are not just describing how the system works, we are learning how to defend why it is acceptable. Now the pressure is the point. A happy path can hide the assumption that everything happens in order, once, and with current state. As soon as timing changes, that assumption becomes the thing we have to analyze.
So the system can pass a normal demo and still fail as soon as two actors overlap?
Exactly. The move is from believable behavior to failure evidence, because that is where hidden assumptions become visible and defensible. That failure sets up the next question. Not how the code works, but why this design is allowed to work. Design justification means naming the invariant first, then explaining the mechanism that protects it.
So if I only describe the implementation, I still haven't defended the design?
Right. The code, the logs, and the test all need to support the same claim. This invariant survives the pressure we expect. Before we choose the mechanism, notice the trade-off. Confidence is not evidence. A defense has to start with stress tests, structured logs, and the integrity packet, because those artifacts show what actually happened.
What evidence would count as strong enough?
Repeatable failure reproduction, logs with IDs and state transitions, and a packet explanation that connects the result to the design choice. Now we can name the target directly. A system invariant is the condition that must remain true across all valid executions. If that condition fails, the system may still run, but it is no longer trustworthy.
What invariant am I actually protecting in a concurrent workflow?
Usually it is something like single ownership of a transition, ordered progress, or exactly once handling of a state change. Here is the failure pressure in concrete form. Two workers can both read draft before either writes processing. Each step looks reasonable alone, but the gap between read and write creates the race.
Why did this pass the sequential test?
Because the test never split the operation under contention. The evidence we want now is the worker IDs, the episode ID, the before and after state, and repeated runs that make the interleaving undeniable. So the next question is how to protect that invariant without hiding the cost. A guarded transition, compare and set, version check, synchronized method, or single owner queue can all block stale or competing writes.
Isn't adding a lock enough?
Only if the lock matches the invariant. The trade-off is usually less parallelism, more explicit state modeling, or more coordination. So the mechanism has to fit the risk. That comparison gives us the design choice: simple baseline, guarded transition, explicit coordination, or observability-first design. None is universally best. Each one answers a different pressure point.
Which one should I choose first when I defend my project?
Choose the smallest mechanism that protects the invariant, then show the evidence that it works under pressure. That is the same logic you will carry into the integrity packet and A4.